is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to Casual Cash. On this channel, we talk about finance, we talk about investments, and we also talk about personal wealth and how you can build your financial standing, grow your income, and hopefully have more freedom and choice in life in the process. So today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite types of investments, which is a low-risk, passive income generating investment that grows slowly over time. These are the type of investments that should protect your capital if you ever need it and pay you out dividends or income on a regular basis without you having to do anything. That means that you would still be making money even while you're sleeping. The beauty about passive income investments are that if you get enough of them, you can formally retire, or perhaps put in a better way, you would have the option to spend your time however you want and choose the job or business that you want to do with your time, or to do nothing. But the key is that you would have the choice. So what we're going to do today is talk about this investment, which is a specific unit trust that I have in my own portfolio. We're going to go through all the details and the numbers and give you the information that you need. And at the end, I'll show you my investments in this fund and the exact income that I've received from it, and show you how you can buy it on Easy Equities if you so choose and it's the right investment for you. Now, this investment came around for me when I was looking to put 25,000 Rand into an investment for my portfolio. As you might have seen on the channel, I do have some smaller, riskier stocks, but in order to diversify the risk in my portfolio, I wanted something safe and something that would bring me income. So I spent the next 5 days listing every single income fund that was available to me at the time, both local and offshore. The list came to about 25 options, and I narrowed that down from there. And after looking at the details, eventually this fund came out on top and I invested my money. So in my mind, at least, it's the best option commonly available in South Africa for a capital safe income fund. So let's get right into it. The fund that we're talking about today is called the Prescient Income Provider A2, and as the name suggests, it's managed by the firm Prescient Investment Management. Prescient's been around since 1998, so nearly a quarter of a century, and its income fund is managed by a team of 9 people. There's tons of information about the company on its website, but let's start diving into the investment itself. Very simply put, this fund will give you roughly 5% income per year, paid monthly, which slowly grows, and its unit price should never lose value over any 3 months. So let's chat quickly about it not losing value. We'll get into the income side of things, but how is that possible? We've all seen stocks rise and fall on the JSE, so how is it that a fund cannot lose value? Well, the fund claims that their aim is to return CPI plus 3% per annum through a full interest rate cycle while proving stability by aiming never to lose capital over any rolling 3-month period. What that means, quite simply, is they invest in very safe assets like local and offshore money markets, bonds, property, preference shares, inflation-linked bonds, and derivatives. So when you break it down and take a look at their fund's monthly returns, even when the pandemic hit at this point over here and we went into lockdowns in March, most markets dropped off a cliff. And this fund went down by only 2.8%. And the next 2 months it went back up 1.9%, 1.1%, making it higher than February in just 2 months. So right here is the graph of their unit price over the last 6 months. Now you can see it goes up and down a bit, but it has a slow and steady growth in its price. Look, we're talking very small movements, maybe 1 to 4% a year, but with low risk comes low rewards, at least on your money's capital. But if you add in the distributions or the income, it tends to perform quite well, especially when it's compounded. Now let's chat about the income side of it, which is where it really performs. Now, when I said I went through a lot of income funds, I went in detail through 25 of the top income funds, and I can tell you that many of them only give income of 1% or 2 or 3% a year. And for reference, my Investec account gives 3.75% a year. There was only a handful that had more than that, and only about 5 that had over 4% interest a year. But the Prescient Income Fund, which I went with, has an average of 5% income paid out per year, And the nice thing is that they pay it every single month like an extra salary. Not all of the funds do that, very few in fact. So if you invest 100 Rand, you should get 42 cents every month and 5 Rand a year. And as the fund grows by a few percent a year, the income will grow with it, like an annual increase on your salary. Now you can see here the amount varies each month, the CPU, which is cents per unit by the way, but you can see it's very similar each month. Now depending on what you want to use this for, you can use the money each month like an extra salary, or reinvest it back and get some compounding action to increase the income above its normal growth, but that's up to you. Now, because this is casual cash, I try to be open about the numbers, so I'm going to show you the units I have in the fund and the income they've generated, and after that, you can take a look if they're right for you. So, I bought a total of 17,709 units of the Prescient Income Provider A2 on the 1st of September 2021 at a price of 1 Rand 4117 cents per unit. That's a total of 25,000 Rand that I bought. Since then, the unit price has gone up slightly to 1 Rand 42. I've made 0.62% or 155 Rand and 84 cents capital growth. But in terms of income, I've put on the screen the income and the trading costs that I've received since then. But to make it easy, it's a total of 342 Rand and 9 cents over 3 months, which is 114 Rand a month, about 1,400 Rand a year, 1,400, and exactly 5.47% income per year, higher than the interest of almost all bank accounts and with nearly as little risk. So that's everything you need to know about the Prescient Income Fund A2, which for my needs was the best income providing fund available in South Africa. If it's something you want for your portfolio, it's easy to buy on Easy Equities. It's under the unit trust section and just search for the name. It's that simple. As always, don't take my word for it. Always do your own research and make sure it's the right investment for you. But that's it for today's episode. I hope you liked the video and you enjoyed the hard work that we put into it so you don't have to. And if you want more on finance, investing, personal wealth, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel, where we also show all my investment decisions in my portfolio, all the wins and mistakes so you don't have to make them. And any questions, you're welcome to ask in the comments. But that's it. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.